It's going to be an excellent fight, but I'm a always fan of my nephew, Gervonta, against everybody, and I'm always going to be in his corner for that.
Sounds like you might be dropping some advice to Frank Martin if that fight does happen.
I'll lend a hand to a teammate. Why not?
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Me and Frank are close.
Gervonta Tank Davis is ready to make a comeback to the boxing ring, and if the reports are to be believed, 29-year-old undefeated boxer Frank Martin seems to be his next opponent. Gervonta last fought Ryan Garcia in February last year, where he came out victorious, defeating Kingry via knockout in the 7th round in Las Vegas, Nevada. Tank had earlier knocked Garcia down with a heavy left punch in round 2, after Garcia had started the round in an aggressive manner. Davis was comfortably ahead on all 3 judges' scorecards, with the scores 59-55 twice and 58-56 ahead of the stoppage. Fans are eager to see Tank make his comeback to the ring, and he recently teased fights with potential contenders, including eternal rival Devin Haney and British fighter Conor Benn. However, Tank will likely fight Frank Martin in the summer of 2024, and it promises to be a massive fight considering the Ghost is an explosive fighter with an impressive record. Many might not know this, but these two have an interesting history that goes back to their amateur days. We'll talk about that more in depth later on in the video, but before that, let's address why Tank has stayed out of the boxing ring for so long. Now, in case you don't know, Tank's boxing career was hampered due to his recent legal troubles, which prevented him from leaving his hometown of Baltimore. Back in October 2020, the boxer was involved in an accident on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in the early morning hours. Davis, who was driving, was involved in a crash and subsequently charged with 14 counts, including leaving the scene of an accident and bodily injury. He left the scene with the assistance of a friend. Despite the incident, Davis was cleared to fight Ryan Garcia, avoiding jail time but facing a 90-day home confinement. In an Instagram story, Davis has shared an update on it. The story that Michael Benson shared on X had a picture of Davis's feet. He wore white socks paired with black shoes. But this is not what he wanted to show his fans. What he was flaunting was actually the absence of the ankle monitor. Last year, in July, the boxer had to keep appearing in courtrooms to address his alleged role in the hit-and-run incident from 2020. In March 2021, he faced charges for 14 traffic violations and pleaded guilty to 4 counts in February of the following year. As a result, he was sentenced to 90 days of home detention, 3 years of probation, and 200 hours of community service. Now, with his legal troubles becoming a thing of the past, Davis can now fully concentrate on boxing. As we mentioned earlier, rumors were swirling about Tank's potential move up in weight to face Conor Benn. Both fighters teased the fight on social media as they threw verbal jabs at one another, indicating that a fight was on the cards. Recently, however, it's learned that Tank has rejected a fight offer, and negotiations with Benn are off. Benn's promoter Eddie Hearn recently revealed that Tank rejected an offer of over $10 million, which could be as high as $25 million from the PPV and gate money for a fight against the British welterweight. Now, this fight didn't make much sense from Tank's perspective, which is why he may have rejected the chance to fight Benn. You see, American boxing fans probably wouldn't be interested in paying to watch Tank fight Benn, seeing that he's not well known in the States, and the fans who do know of him recognize that he's a limited fighter with an inflated record. What also may have factored in Tank Davis's decision not to agree to the offer was the reports of Benn rehydrating to 171 pounds for his last fight against Peter Dobson on February 3rd. If Tank took the fight, he'd likely be outweighed by 20-plus pounds. Benn isn't a great fighter, but Tank still wouldn't want to face a guy weighing over 20 pounds more than him on fight night. Promoter Hearn told IFL TV, "We made him an offer, which he felt he didn't want to discuss further. It was over the $10 million guaranteed, but it also had PPV bonuses beyond that, and gate bonuses beyond that. So it could have been $20 million, could have been $25 million. But he didn't really want to discuss it. I made him an offer that I felt was an offer that was quite powerful for the fight, and could also lead to a lot more than that beyond the basics, but, you know, I think he probably doesn't really understand the dynamic of the deal, the numbers. I might go back." Now that Ben is out of the equation, Frank Martin becomes the top contender for Tank's next fight. Plenty of sources have been reporting that Tank will fight Martin in June. Michael Benson said this on X. Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin is reportedly now agreed to take place for Tank's WBA lightweight world title in late spring, early summer. ESPN's top insider Mike Coppinger also confirmed that Tank versus Frank Martin seems to be a done deal. He wrote on X, Gervonta Davis, one of boxing's top stars, is set to return versus Frank Martin, Tank's first since a 7th-round KO victory over Ryan Garcia in April, Martin's first title shot. Davis is ESPN's number 8P4P boxer. Martin is number 7 at lightweight. Fans are excited about the prospect of Tank making his boxing return against a rising star in the lightweight division. Many, however, feel that Tank should easily win this fight. One user wrote, "Damn, what a fight! Tank is on smoke. I don't want to hear any duck talk because Frank Martin is a legit elite fighter." Another said, "After Tank gets him out of there, I need everyone to start putting that respect on his name. This is what y'all wanted." Predicting the fight's outcome, one user commented, "He sparks Frank easily, and even if it's a close fight, the judges will give it to Tank." Another commented, "LFG, Tank by knockout." One user shared an interesting stat about this fight by writing, "Fun fact, this will be the first black person Tank will face since his 6th fight in 2013. This is a pretty interesting fact, and considering the Detroit boxer is set to face off against one of the biggest fighters in the division, this promises to be an electrifying bout, especially for Tank fans.
I think I'm going to say some things you like. First of all, it's looking more and more like Gervonta Davis is going to fight Frank Martin.
Martin's professional boxing journey is marked by significant milestones that highlight his growth and potential as a top-tier fighter. His amateur career set a solid foundation, with notable achievements including winning the Golden Gloves and national championships in 2016 at super lightweight. Transitioning into the professional arena, Martin quickly demonstrated his readiness and ambition to compete at a higher level. In 2021, Martin faced Jerry Perez in what was billed as the first step-up fight of his career. The bout, held on April 20th, 2021, saw Martin secure a 7th-round knockout victory, a testament to his power and precision. Martin's dominance was evident as he landed more than twice the number of punches than Perez, leading to a decisive win that propelled his career forward. Following this victory, Martin squared off against Ryan Kielczewski on August 21st, 2021, as part of the Manny Pacquiao versus Yordenis Ugas undercard. Martin's performance was nothing short of dominant, winning by unanimous decision and showcasing his ability to control the fight from start to finish. Martin's momentum continued into 2022, with a notable victory over the Filipino Romero Duno on January 1st, 2022. Demonstrating his knockout power, Martin secured the win in the 4th round, further solidifying his status as a rising star in the lightweight division. Later that year, he faced Jackson Marinez on July 9th, 2022, winning by a 10th-round knockout in a display of resilience and strategic fighting. The pinnacle of Martin's recent career came on December 17th, 2022, when he faced Michel Rivera. Both fighters were ranked as top 10 lightweights by The Ring at the time, making this bout a highly anticipated matchup. Martin emerged victorious by unanimous decision, marking a significant achievement in his career. In 2023, Martin took on the undefeated 2016 Olympics bronze medalist Artem Harutyunyan, securing a narrow unanimous decision victory. This win not only added to his undefeated record, but also showcased his ability to perform under pressure against highly skilled opponents. Looking ahead, the WBC ordered Martin to face the former two-weight world champion Shakur Stevenson for the vacant lightweight title, setting the stage for what could be the biggest fight of his career. Unfortunately, the deal fell through and Frank was still left waiting for his next big fight. It looks like he'll finally get his big fight in 2024. With an impeccable record of 18 wins, 12 by knockout, and no losses, Martin's career is on a trajectory that could see him become one of the sport's elite fighters. A potential fight between Tank and Martin is also worth anticipating, especially considering the shared history between these two. The two reportedly previously sparred in a session that escalated beyond a routine training exercise. According to sources close to the fighters, Martin managed to land shots that visibly shook Davis, leading to an altercation that had to be broken up by Floyd Mayweather. This incident has not been forgotten by either fighter or their fans, setting the stage for a highly anticipated rematch under the bright lights of a professional setting. During an interview, Martin recalled the sparring match with Tank and shared some interesting details. He didn't talk about beating up Tank in the presence of Mayweather and other trainers. However, he did mention that he earned a few compliments, with one onlooker calling him the Beast.
Everybody was loud, you know. It was they weren't hitting the ring or nothing, but everybody was just like stuck, kinda, you know, in the sparring. But that's what it was.
What was the best compliment you got maybe after everything was done?
If this is to be believed, Frank Martin is a serious contender. He might not be the best, but he definitely is a strong opponent for Tank. For Davis, this fight represents more than just another defense of his reputation. It's an opportunity to silence the doubters who may question his ability to handle a fighter who has previously managed to get the better of him, even if only in a sparring session. Davis, known for his resilience and ability to adapt in the ring, will undoubtedly be looking to make a statement against Martin. Frank Martin, meanwhile, sees this potential fight as a golden opportunity to catapult his career to new heights. A victory over a fighter of Davis's caliber would not only solidify his status as a top contender in the lightweight division, but also mark him as a force to be reckoned with on the global stage. Martin's speed, technical skill, and now proven ability to stand toe-to-toe with Davis make him a formidable opponent. Again, Martin has an impressive 18-0 record with 12 victories coming via knockout. He hasn't been active for long, only fighting some serious contenders in the last couple of years or so. While he may lack experience in big fights, his recent fights have shown his capabilities and make this potential fight with Tank interesting. If this fight does come to fruition, fans can expect a clash of styles that will test the mettle of both fighters. Davis's power and aggression against Martin's speed and technical precision promise a compelling match. The personal history between the two adds an emotional component that could see both fighters pushing their limits to secure a victory. Now, the boxing world has been going wild over Tank's return to the ring, and many have been predicting a potential winner for this fight.
It's going to be an excellent fight, but I'm always fan of my nephew, Gervonta, against everybody, and I'm always going to be in his corner for that.
Former boxing pro Andre Rozier recently shared his opinion and prediction on the matchup. Rozier, who has a close relationship with Davis, referring to him affectionately as his nephew, expressed his unwavering support for Davis in any bout, including this speculated fight against Martin. Rozier acknowledged Frank Martin's capabilities as a fighter, but emphasized the need for Martin to perform at an exceptionally high level to stand a chance against Davis. He likened the required performance to upgrading from a Hyundai to a Lexus or Genesis, indicating that only top-tier boxing would suffice against a fighter of Davis's caliber. Despite his respect for Martin, Rozier expressed skepticism about Martin's ability to withstand the force and power of Davis, suggesting that Davis would ultimately emerge victorious if the fight were to happen. When discussing the role of sparring sessions in preparing for actual fights, Rozier downplayed the significance of rumors suggesting Martin had previously gotten the better of Davis during sparring. He argued that sparring is primarily about working on one's craft and perfecting skills, rather than a direct indicator of how a real fight would unfold. According to Rozier, the dynamics of a competitive bout are vastly different from those in sparring, where fighters might not always be at their best or fully committed to winning as they would be in a sanctioned match. Rozier's prediction for the fight is rooted in his confidence in Davis's abilities and his belief in the importance of experience and power in the ring. While acknowledging Martin's talent, Rozier's analysis suggests that Davis's experience, power, and ability to perform under pressure would give him the edge in a fight against Martin. Rozier's insights reflect his deep understanding of the sport and his close relationship with Davis, offering a unique perspective on a highly anticipated potential matchup in the lightweight division. Boxing influencer Showbiz the Adult also shared his opinion on this fight.
Gervonta Tank Davis will be facing the ghost, Frank Martin, June. Ah! God! Yeah! That's the shit I'm talking about, Gervonta.
Showbiz expressed enthusiasm for the fight, suggesting that Frank Martin is the perfect preparation for Davis before potentially facing Devin, the American Dream, Haney. He highlighted the significance of this matchup, not just as another fight for Davis, but as a strategic step towards bigger challenges, particularly a fight against Haney. Showbiz pointed out that Martin's fighting style, characterized by high IQ, great movement, and the ability to fight off his back foot, presents a unique challenge for Davis. He noted that Martin, not being a heavy puncher, relies more on his boxing skills and economy of punches, which could force Davis to adopt a more aggressive boxing approach to close the distance and engage effectively. Showbiz's analysis extends beyond the tactical matchup. He delves into the implications of the fight's outcome for Davis's future. He speculated on the importance of Davis getting accustomed to fighting at 140 pounds, suggesting that a victory over Martin at this weight could serve as valuable preparation for a showdown with Haney or even Ryan Garcia, depending on the outcome of their anticipated bout. Throughout his commentary, Showbiz conveyed a sense of anticipation for the Davis versus Martin fight, emphasizing its potential to answer questions about Davis's ability to handle fighters with a style similar to Martin's. He expressed a keen interest in observing how Davis would adapt to Martin's slick, intelligent boxing, and whether this fight could set the stage for Davis to face other top contenders in the lightweight division. Ryan Garcia also shared his opinion and prediction for the Tank versus Frank Martin fight, expressing enthusiasm and support for his stablemate, Frank Martin. Garcia highlighted his close relationship with Martin, describing their bond as strong and indicating that they occasionally train together. This connection gives Garcia a unique perspective on Martin's capabilities and the dynamics of the rumored matchup with Davis. Garcia was unequivocal in his support for Martin, stating, "I would love that," in response to the prospect of the fight happening. He emphasized his willingness to lend a hand to Martin in preparation for the bout, showcasing the camaraderie and support prevalent among stablemates in boxing. Garcia's confidence in Martin was evident as he mentioned, "I think he has all the tools to beat him," referring to Martin's potential to overcome Davis in the ring. This statement reflects Garcia's belief in Martin's skill set and his suitability as a formidable opponent for Davis.
Sounds like you might be dropping some advice to Frank Martin if that fight does happen.
I'll lend a hand to a teammate. Why not?
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Me and Frank are close.
Interestingly, Garcia alluded to having inside information or insights regarding both Davis and Martin, hinting at knowledge beyond what is publicly known about their abilities and past sparring sessions. While he did not divulge specific details, his comments suggest a depth of understanding about the fighter's strengths and weaknesses, possibly gained through first-hand observations or discussions within their boxing circle. Garcia's remarks convey a sense of anticipation for the fight and a belief in Martin's readiness to take on a high-profile opponent like Davis. His perspective is particularly valuable given his own status as a prominent fighter and his direct experiences with both athletes. Garcia's support for Martin underscores the significance of the potential matchup, not just for the fighters involved, but for the boxing community and fans eager to see how these talents fare against each other in a professional bout. A potential fight between Frank Martin and Tank Davis promises to be a compelling clash of styles and wills, showcasing the best of what the lightweight division has to offer. Martin, known for his slick boxing skills, agility, and high fight IQ, would likely approach the fight with a strategy emphasizing movement and precision. His ability to navigate the ring, coupled with his southpaw stance, could pose interesting challenges for Davis, who is renowned for his explosive power and aggressive fighting style. Davis, on the other hand, would likely seek to close the distance early, using his superior power to pressure Martin and test his defense. Known for his ability to deliver devastating knockouts, Davis would aim to land significant shots that could alter the course of the fight in an instant. However, Martin's defensive acumen and counterpunching ability should not be underestimated, as these skills could enable him to exploit openings in Davis's offense. The fight would likely feature moments of tactical chess, with Martin attempting to outbox Davis from the outside, while Davis seeks to impose his will and power inside the pocket. The key to victory for Martin lies in his ability to maintain composure under pressure, effectively manage the distance, and capitalize on counterpunching opportunities. For Davis, success hinges on his ability to cut off the ring, land powerful combinations, and disrupt Martin's rhythm. Given the contrasting styles and strengths of both fighters, the bout could be highly unpredictable and closely contested. Fans could expect a thrilling encounter that tests the resilience, skill, and heart of both Martin and Davis, with the potential for dramatic shifts in momentum until the final bell. Whether the fight ends in a spectacular knockout or is decided by the judges, it would undoubtedly be a significant and memorable addition to the legacy of both fighters. But what do you think? How would this fight go? And who would win? Let us know in the comments.